When this morning, we are learning 3 U.S. military members are dead and 5 others are hurt after heavy bombing continued in Iran overnight into this morning as U.S. and Israel rained down on the Iranian regime.
Yeah, Iranian state media confirmed its supreme leader was killed in yesterday's attacks.
We're talking about Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He was killed in what the Pentagon is now calling Operation Epic Fury. He had served as Iran's supreme leader since 1989. An Israeli security official says at least 40 senior Iranian regime figures were also killed in the initial round of strikes. Surviving officials are launching fresh attacks across the Middle East. Many are targeting U.S. military bases. Rebecca Castor has more from Washington, D.C.
The Pentagon says the Iranian regime was warned, showing these U.S. missiles striking military targets inside Iran.
We absolutely have a full-scale Middle East war right now.
A senior White House official says President Trump had no choice but to strike after U.S. intelligence indicated Iran was intending to hit first and refused to take diplomatic negotiations seriously.
Iran's continued pursuit of advanced missile capabilities, coupled with its refusal to abandon nuclear ambitions despite diplomatic opportunities, presents a grave and mounting danger.
With top figures of the Iranian regime eliminated, the joint U.S. and Israel attack is being described as one of the most lethal operations conducted in modern warfare history. But the threat is not over. Surviving leaders launched a wave of retaliatory strikes and threatened devastating revenge. In a late-night post, President Trump says they better not do that because if they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before.
When a regime says it will destroy Israel, when it chants death to Israel, when it promises to wipe Haifa and Tel Aviv off the map, we believe it.
Tomorrow, lawmakers return here to Washington, where there is sure to be a debate about whether President Trump misused his war powers by launching the strikes without Congress signing off. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Iranian citizens have mixed feelings on the attack. Some say they welcome a regime change as Khamenei led what some considered to be a repressive government. But many still mourned, filling the streets of the capital city of Tehran for the leader's funeral this morning. Iran's foreign minister says a new supreme leader will be chosen in 1 or 2 days.
Meanwhile, Iranian retaliatory attacks in Israel sent people running for cover yesterday. Israeli officials say the bombings continued into the evening as Iranian leaders vowed to strike targets nationwide. And just in the last few hours, an Iranian missile killed at least 6 people, injured a dozen others in Bet Shemesh. That's a city in central Israel. And this is the scene in that residential area.
At least 9 people are dead, dozens more injured after hundreds of protesters against the leader's killing stormed the U.S. consulate in Pakistan. This video shows tear gas being thrown into the crowd. Back here at home in Seattle, local groups gathered at Pike Place Market yesterday afternoon, showing their opposition to the attack. About 100 protesters lined the streets there, holding signs condemning the Trump administration and Israeli leaders. Many we spoke to say this cause is no different than Israel's most recent war on Hamas that began more than 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I came out because Israel and America are complicit in genocide, and I do not want to kill children. I do not want my tax dollars killing children.
Washington Senator Patty Murray weighing in on X, saying in part, Congress must return immediately and vote to put an end to this war. The American people deserve to know which of their leaders supports another potentially bloody and costly war in the Middle East. Washington Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal says congressional authorization for any act of war is required because putting American lives at risk is the most serious matter possible and requires full debate of the goals and consequences. Congressman Michael Baumgardner supports the attacks and says the mullahs who control Iran are a messianic death cult who believe their version of Shia Islam will be guided by God to conquer the world, and that Iran's leaders have supported terrorist groups that have killed thousands of Americans. Some local Iranian groups are in support of these attacks.
Yeah, dozens of people gathered near Bellevue yesterday to celebrate what they call a liberation by U.S. and Israeli forces.
Thank you!
The whole nation are so excited. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Bibi Netanyahu.
A group of Iranian Americans called Voice of Iran celebrated Saturday's attacks. The group points to the massacre of tens of thousands of Iranian civilians that have died under the current Iranian leadership.
They were asking inside of Iran for USA helps. So now we're celebrating. They are celebrating in the streets in Iran to show the world that they're happy, that they're finally getting rid of this regime.
According to the group, the current regime has spread destruction for more than 46 years. The group says it fully supports international intervention, including military action, to bring liberation to the people of Iran.
The United Kingdom played no role in these strikes, but we have long been clear. The regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent.
The U.S.-Israeli attacks are getting mixed reviews from world leaders. The U.K., France, and Germany all backing the U.S. and Israel while denying any direct involvement. This is the United Nations Secretary General convened a special session condemning both sides.
I have condemned the massive military strikes by the United States and Israel against Iran. And I also condemned the subsequent attacks by Iran.
Last night, the State Department cautioned all Americans living abroad, particularly the hundreds of thousands in the Mideast. During the 12-day war between Israel and Iran last June, officials ordered evacuation flights to bring American citizens home. Now, there's no word yet on whether they will do so again.